We had Express for the first time ever at Universal Halloween Horror Nights, and we're going to tell you about it, tell you about the experiences, how long we waited for everything, and whether we think this is a worthy upcharge or not in this week's episode of the Diz Unlimited Universal Show. Hello, everybody. I am Ryno, and joining me for this discussion, we have the one and only Dreams Unlimited travel agent, Hannah Anderson.
Hey.
I'm just going to get into it. We filmed while we were in the parks, our experiences of how long we waited for the houses, all the houses that we did get to do and all of that. So I'm going to turn it over to us in the park, and then we're going to come back here and we're going to go over the pricing and, you know, just sum up, I think, whether we thought it was worth it or not. So without further ado, here's to you, Hannah and Ryno. We are here at the Universal Orlando Resort, standing just outside of Universal Studios, Florida, to head back into Halloween Horror Nights into the fog. Yes, yeah. Very excited tonight. We are doing something that I've never done before, and I know you haven't either. Tonight we have Express.
Ooh,
yeah. I've always been very curious about this because this is not an inexpensive thing to have. We'll give you the price and the details on all of that in just a second here. But we each have it. We're going to see how much we can get through, what we can do, meaning will we be able to do all 10 houses? Will it allow us to be able to have breaks for food? You know, will we be able to watch Nightmare Fuel or the Ghoulish, the Hauntophonic, the Lagoon Show, all of that. We're just going to take you along on the night, and I'm going to make sure that we keep track of the real time versus reality. So hosted time versus the reality, and we'll, you know, and then also see how we saved on that versus, you know, having Express. Like, okay, it says an hour, but how long did we wait with Express for that, and so on and so forth.
I hate to say it, I hope it's not good because I can't afford this lifestyle.
I was like, you hope it's not good. I don't want to stand in line all night.
No, I do not. I do not want to stand in line. That's the only thing about Halloween.
Well, we'll find out. We'll let you know. And of course, Dreams Unlimited Travel can book this for you as well as...
I booked ours.
Yes, as well as many other things like an RIP tour or just tickets, regular day tickets. If you want to learn more about how you can get a free, no obligation quote today, visit dreamsunlimitedtravel.com. Also, a shout out to our Patron supporters. You are going to be hearing us talk about Halloween Horror Nights over there nonstop. My apologies. But if you're looking for another way to support us besides booking a vacation with Dreams Unlimited Travel, head over to patreon.com/DizUnlimited. Now, because Hannah is my travel agent who books these for us, we have to go to Will Call, go pick them up.
I'm making it work.
Making it work for it. All right, let's do it. I'm hungry. I need a drink. I need some scares. I need some fog. I need some life-affirming things. Okay, our first house of the night is Dolls Let's Play Dead. 50-minute wait. We're going to do it with Express. Let's see how long we wait with Express. I'm going to start the timer as soon as we go through the Express area.
Escape is futile, soldier!
8 minutes. Posted at 50 minutes. 12 minutes by the time we exited the house. So
that's pretty dang good.
Yeah, not bad. So far, so good.
Yeah,
I want to jinx it. I don't know where we're going next. Probably another bar, because I don't know that I had enough to really get through that experience. Okay, Hannah has chosen. Galkin is our next house. It is a 60-minute posted wait time. I'm going to start the timer as soon as they scan us, and we'll let you know what that actually ends up being. I'm excited because we've literally only done this house the one time on the media event.
And it was our first house, so I feel like I was not in the right mindset.
And I feel like I've selfishly seen it a little bit more than you because I edited the video and stuff. So.
Well, I'll be honest. I think I told this to you is that like I was waiting for it to be a cold house. I was waiting for it to snow, and I feel like I focused on that too much.
Okay, but I'm going to point out this photo. I mean, maybe it's just like shadows and stuff. It looks like snow. That promo image definitely looks like it has snow in it.
Well, and I don't quote me on this, but I'm pretty sure the description said something about it too.
I thought it said something chilly, but maybe maybe it's just wishful thinking. But I am excited with expectations realigned and the promise of Express in our pockets that we're going to go through and we're going to have a great time in this house. It was definitely higher up on both of our lists, but it was our first house we did out of 10, so it's hard to like kind of remember that at the end of the night when you're just so jazzed up and you're getting excited and, you know, eating food, have a drink, getting all fat and sassy. dark and you can't really see us. But we waited a total of like 7 minutes in line for that one.
I gotta tell you, Express, I mean, it costs a pretty penny, but I mean, I don't know. I'm seeing the value in it for sure.
I'm not, so right now it looks like it's about 10% of whatever the posted wait time is, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, if it's 60 minutes, it's about 6 minutes.
That's
65 is about 7.
I feel like.
Yeah.
I was expecting to wait like 15 to 20 per house.
Yeah.
And I mean, these are not like, I will say after like Terrifier, 5 nights, I'm assuming it'll be a little higher.
We'll see. I don't know. We'll get to those. We're definitely going to do those.
But that was fun. I was
not
really
leaving
glad to
this
do
park
that again.
without doing 5 Nights at Freddy's.
No, we're going to get that pizza too.
Yeah. Oh, we're getting that pizza. The little spaghetti and the meatballs.
The meatballs.
So since Galkin is back here where Fallout is 60 minutes. We're going to do that. Galkin's down to 50, but still I think we waited a really good amount of time. So 60-minute wait. Let's see what it actually is.
Whale's egg.
All right, we waited a total of 3 minutes for that house.
Insane.
7 minutes and 20 seconds all the way through.
And it said a posted hour. It looked like an hour.
100%.
I think that was real.
So right now, I'm like, we're riding a high of that's like 3 houses in a row under 10 minutes. So I don't know what we're going to do next, but hopefully our luck holds out with this. I'm feeling real good about this ticket right now.
Yeah.
We've got some thoughts going on. But that's Fallout, Galkin, Dolls, Let's Play Dead. Let's see what else is in our future. Maybe another drink, maybe another food item. I'd love another food item, honestly. Our next house is going to be Jason Universe. This has a 100-minute posted wait. This is the longest wait that we're going to attempt to use our Express for tonight. So I'm really curious to see how this goes. Hopefully as good as the other 2 houses.
Did you know a young boy drowned?
So that wait time was posted at 100 minutes and we ultimately waited 5 minutes and 50 seconds for that house. And I will tell you, it was filled with jump scares. The kids behind me were on top of my backpack, so that was kind of funny.
I love it though, in a way. There's like a line,
It was a little, it was right on that line.
No, but like genuinely scared.
It was endearing. Yeah.
It is, and that's what it's all about. Like that reminds me of like going to like the local haunted house and being like, oh no, the clowns are gonna chase me. It brings back good memories. I enjoyed that.
Okay, we are gonna move toward the back of the park where we've got 5 Nights at Freddy's. WWE presents the Horrors of Wyatt 6, Grave of Flesh, and Terrifier. So that's 4 houses. Right now, 5 Nights at Freddy's is 80 minutes. Graves of Flesh is 45, Terrifier 55, and Wyatt 6 25. I say we start. Oh wait, he's 80. I say, should we just start with the longest to just test our luck?
Yeah. After 100 minutes
with Jason, yeah.
I'd like to know.
Just
also,
do it.
This is the one that like I had the most stake in.
Yeah.
This is like going to provide the most value for our Express Pass. So.
I agree. I completely agree with you. This one has consistently had like a 3-hour wait, so I'm really happy to see it under that for just the average guest. Waited a total of 5 minutes and 52 seconds for 5 Nights at Freddy's with an 80-minute wait time. I think that's incredible. I think this is one of those Halloween Horror Nights houses.
That's a coup d'etat. That is like
this year it's been the longest wait of all the houses, so I feel like we were good. I thought we saw some stuff we didn't see the first time.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I really enjoyed that house.
I do.
It kind of makes me sad. I don't think with a weight like that, I'm ever going to be able to do it too many more times.
I mean, maybe we do it again tonight.
We might have to. We might have to sneak in at the end. That's the trick. You go in way before close.
The last second.
So, I think we're going to try Terrifier next.
Yeah.
Because I feel like, let's like test the other it's 95-minute posted wait time. Let's see what we get. 13 minutes for a Terrifier, which isn't bad considering it was a 95-minute wait, but the longest wait so long tonight. And now we're about to wait, it says 45 minutes for Crave of Flesh. Yeah, we'll just do it because we're back here.
Yeah, and I'm thinking based on that, it'll be like nothing.
Hopefully.
We'll see.
Let's do it.
The dead seem restless tonight.
We waited a whopping total of 1 minute and 15 seconds for that line. That was real sweet. That was real nice. A total of about 5 minutes to get through the whole thing. Got some good scares in that house.
For sure. Yeah. That was fun.
I was embarrassing my decorum in there, but
that's what it's all about. It was so good.
We're headed over to the WWE.
Y'all, I'm worried I'm gonna get emotional in here again. Like, I don't know much about wrestling, but the other night I went through here and I did a call out, and this guy did a call out back to me. I'm part of it now.
I don't even know what that means, so you're in it deeper than I am. So we're going back this way. I'm not sure what the wait time is posted at yet, but we'll find out in just a moment here. It looks like the WWE Presents The Horrors of Wyatt 6 is only a 35-minute wait, which normally I wouldn't even take the time to use an express for this because I feel like that sometimes is like, oh, well, that's probably less than that. But we've got it, and we're using it. 35 minutes. Here we go. We'll see how long it is.
We are Wyatt 6.
We ended up waiting basically like over 7 minutes. I know that seems crazy to be like, but like the ratio to the wait time to compare to how long we wait, it was actually the worst house to do this in. I feel like we walked up and I watched so many people walk in the regular line, just walk past us, we were behind originally. So that part I was like, ugh, bleh.
Also, there's a part where we got backed up in the hallway for like a long time. It was like a dark hallway, and I was like, man, if you had anxiety or that was not fun. You know, so too bad.
We got a couple more to do at least one more to do. I know we're doing El Artista. El Artista, I think, might be our last house of the night, and that is posted at a 35-minute wait, so we're gonna see what actually happens with that. Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God! We ended up waiting 9.5 minutes for El Artista, Spanish haunting. Good scares, smells great. Love that house. I think this is it is the top of my list right now. I think it's gonna just stay up there.
I think it's my favorite. After doing it, I feel like when I imagine Halloween Horror Nights, this is it. It's a classic haunted house. It's a little bit creative. I knew the scares were coming, and I was still scared. That's pretty cool. That's rare for me.
Saw some new things I hadn't seen in there before, so that's only the second time I've done that house. But that's a really good, that's a do not miss house here. You have to do that house. So that was pretty good. I think we're gonna forgo our 10th house, which would have been Hatchet and Change, just because we did that house when we came together earlier this week.
Yeah.
And it's getting a little later in the night. We could do it though, so I do want to emphasize.
I mean, that's the point.
We could have done all
You
10.
can.
We're just feeling like I don't necessarily need to do it again tonight.
I'm feeling fulfilled, and that's a good. I mean, for the value, that's a really good sign, right?
We just hit the punctuation I wanted to end the night on. What a spooky night.
I miss it.
I miss it,
I had a really great time that night.
Spoiled we were with riches.
Oh, I know, so true. We had a good time.
Well, I think first things first, can you go over the pricing of just the general, the Halloween Horror Nights Express options or whatever, the pricing and that sort of thing?
That's right. So buying a single night of Halloween Horror Nights Express there's a range. Depending on your date, it's as low as $220 per person.
Those aren't hisses of excitement.
No, all the way up to $300 per person plus tax. $300 a person would be like October 30th is $300.
And that is in addition. You need to also buy.
You also have to
ticket.
have a ticket. That does not include your ticket. So you're probably buying a $80, $100 ticket plus at least $220 for that. So yeah, and we did pay $220 for ours. The night we were there. So
also so with that let's say you do the $220 and let's say it's an $80 ticket by whatever thing, that's about $300 a person. It gets to that point where I don't know about you, but if you do like a VIP or sorry, not a VIP tour, an RIP tour, which is a guided experience that gets you to the front of the line of all these things without any wait whatsoever, and you do have accompanying team member to give you a little bit backstory about the houses and things like that. I think that for a private one, you can do up to 10 people. And you can also, if you're like, no, there's no way I don't know 10 people, that's okay. You can do a public one, but you have to know that you're going to end up on it with people you don't know. And some people are a little weird about that.
Yeah.
So the private one, if you're just like, I want the private one, you can do that with like 5. It doesn't have to be a full 10. You can just do it up to 10, which is what I would do, and then divide the cost. But I think the cost of that for like individual people when you do it is somewhere in that $300 range, like $300 to $450 or something. Hannah's going to check on that for me. It is a little bit cheaper when you do the group one. But not much. I don't know if you could hear that. I can hear it. I set an alarm for something that happens in 5 minutes, and so I need that needs my attention in a few minutes here. But apologize.
So if you're doing, let me see if this is the private one. Let me double check. Where's the private? So I'm getting a price of $450 is what they're showing.
Per person.
I think that's a shared one, right? Because I think the private one you pay a flat rate and then it's up to how many people that you bring. Let me just double check. You know what's interesting I've thought about with this though is it includes valet parking for an RIP tour. I didn't realize that because I just thought about that the other day when we went. I'm like, man, if you had frequent fear but didn't have an annual pass or a ticket that included pricing, that would get expensive. So you gotta pay
my friend Amber ended up, I have the Frequent Fear Plus, which is the one that includes the Friday nights, and then you get to go the whole first weekend, including the Saturday, and the whole last weekend, including the Saturday. And that was a little over $300. She ended up upgrading because she doesn't have an annual pass. I do have an annual pass that gets free parking at Universal. She didn't because she was like, well, I was paying for parking, and it's like, $30, whatever it is for parking. Don't quote me on that. But she was like, so it really just made sense after this many times. It was already worth the difference. And I was like, that's actually a really good way to put it. I didn't realize the top tier of that Halloween Horror Nights pass included parking. So that's another value added to that as well.
Oh yeah, that's true. So it's $450 is for it's up to you and 6 guests. And you could be with other people. So it's not the private tour. And it's starting at $450. It's actually sold out. So,
wow, for the rest of the season. There you go. But something to start planning about for next weekend if you're interested in that at all. But I will say, yes, it can get pricey. But as we saw in our video, we didn't wait really over 10 minutes for anything. We did not end up doing all 10 houses that night, though.
We did 9.
We did do 9. We decided we weren't going to do one because we were like, and also the way we worked it out, I think when we finished, we were like, we're all the way in the front of the park, and the one we didn't do was in the back of the park. And so we could have done it.
At least.
We opted not to. But we got to, it wasn't included in the Express, but we got to watch the Lagoon Show and Nightmare Fuel. So it gave us enough time, and we ate.
And I can't remember from the video what time we got there, but it wasn't like we were there as early as we could have been. Like we got there sort of leisurely.
Yeah, we definitely got there post open.
Yeah.
So I think maybe it was like after 7.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, I'll be honest. To me, I always looking at this, I'm like, that's ridiculous. That's way too much. And maybe it depends on the year, but after doing it, I'm like, I totally get the value of this because I think, especially if you're here on vacation and let's say you're going to Halloween Horror Nights once or twice, there's no way to get it all in. I don't even think if you went twice and really hustled, I don't even think if you paid for Scream early that you would be able to do everything. So it is kind of one of those things, like if you've already made the commitment to be here and, it's something you're really looking forward to, I think it's definitely worth it. Also, I'll be honest, I'm not typically the person who waits, an hour, 2 hours for an attraction, or in this case, the haunted houses. And that'll drain you. It's so funny.
It really will, yeah.
It does. I feel like that's when my energy level just tanks. And especially like if you have any ailment, standing that long for concrete is not, so you're going to leave like hurting, So to me, after doing this, I'm like, I used to be like, oh, that is way too expensive. And now I'm like, no, I can't recommend it enough. And I don't think there's a way around it. I don't think if you're coming for 1 or 2 nights to Halloween Horror Nights that you can maximize it the same way you could. You just can't do it.
So like you got to think about it. So we paid $220, 10 houses, $22 a house. And if somebody came up to me after I'd been waiting for like 45 minutes in a line and I still had another 45 minutes and was like, hey, what if you just give me like $20 and I'll bring you to the front? I'd probably do it. Mm-hmm. But I know I won't have that same feeling for every single house. Like, right, there's never been a year in any year I've ever been where I'd be like, I'd pay $20 for every single house. Mm-hmm. But I think about like the years where there were Stranger Things and it was never, even all my Stay and Scream tricks and whatever, basically you had to get in that line at 1:45 a.m., to do it. So I didn't get to do it as many times as I had wanted to, mm-hmm. but it was like, if I could have paid that premium here and there, I probably would have. Right. And I think it really depends on the year. Like, mm-hmm. what's the feedback? Does it seem like people are really enjoying all the houses? Are there properties and storylines that you are definitely committed to and interested in doing? Five Nights at Freddy's. I mean, that line is consistently like 2 hours or full. Yeah, and that's the thing is that I'm like, okay, I can see it for people really wanting to commit to it, for that reason. And I like to think, okay, I don't live here anymore, and I'm coming and it's a big year. And I'm here maybe just 3 nights, 2 nights. Is it worth it for me? Yeah. I think I would because of how much I love it. And I'm not trying to necessarily like upsell anybody with it. But it is.
But you also need to have good, set your expectations.
Right.
Because, if you're thinking you can come twice, maybe on your vacation, or, you splurge for Scream early, I don't think you can do it all. So I think it's just good. And maybe you can. Maybe the stars align and you can do it. It's just that I think setting your expectations so you're not disappointed. And if you are going to be disappointed and it's that important to you, then maybe making the $200 plus investment is worth it. I also think this year, definitely there were so many improvements and so many popular IPs, like you mentioned, Five Nights at Freddy's, Terrifier. Mm-hmm. And I think with next year being in the 35th anniversary, it being an anniversary year, I'm assuming if you're planning a vacation for next year, I'm assuming it'll be the same story. It's going to be very popular, long waits, and so maybe it's worth making that investment.
Yeah, I think that, and again, we can't speak to everybody's situation is different. Everybody's thing is different. It's not a thing I'm going to do all the time. I'm also going to give you a tip. Mm-hmm. If Express is not sold out for that night, a lot of times I've heard they've done it this year, after 11 p.m., it is 50% off if you buy it in the park. If it is available, it's not always available. It does sell out. It's one of those things. So you could take the risk and try and do it that way if you want. But then again, remember, you only have 3 hours to do 10 houses. And even with Express, I did have the opportunity to do Express again another night after that, thanks to some friends. And that experience was a little bit different. I ended up waiting about 15 minutes for some houses. I waited 25 minutes for the Jason house. Something happened or something like that. But so, it's not all going to be, as simple or as easy. Mm-hmm. And then I feel like when you only give yourself the 3 hours, you are going to have the element of being like, I have to be a little more aggressive with my time and where and what I'm doing. But honestly, I think we had it felt like we were spoiled. We literally had such a good night because like you said, I didn't feel the pressure to be like, I've got to be in here the second it opens or before it opens, or I've got to do this. Like we ate at like 5 or 6 different booths. We saw the shows.
Yeah, we truly enjoyed
it. We took pictures. Yeah. I'm like, so I felt like we had a great evening.
I do too.
So I think that's just the information that we want to provide to you. Again, Dreams Unlimited Travel can set you up with that Express if it is still available. If you already have your ticket, they could still just add the Express on for you. Anything like that.
True.
They can still get you a ticket on Halloween Horror Nights. There is still time. The event runs through November 2nd, 2025. But thank you, Hannah, for experiencing it with me and for getting us all set up with that.
Yeah, that was amazing. Yeah, I booked our Express. So, yeah, you can do just that, as you mentioned, with Dreams Unlimited Travel. So
Yeah. That is going to do it for this episode of the Universal Show. Thank you, everybody, for bearing with us. And that I'm sure we'll have at least one more Halloween Horror Nights episode because we got to give you the final ranking of our houses and things like that and how many times we visited and breaking down all that stuff. So lots of that stuff. The holidays are just around the corner, too, so stay tuned for all of that sort of things. And we're always open to future suggestions about how we can help you plan a better Universal vacation. If you want to send us an email, podcast@disunlimited.com. You can, of course, leave comments on the YouTube video. If you are watching this on YouTube, hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, click the bell. You'll get notified whenever we upload and publish any sort of new content. And if you are listening to this, rate and review the podcast wherever you are consuming that and leave some comments over there, too. That is going to do it for us. Until next time, be excellent to each other.